Hello everyone and welcome to the F1 1999 season mod for F1 2013. A small mini-series I want to do with you guys as a project on my channel here. And yeah, it's a mod I stumbled upon while looking through race department just for stuff to do, and it is a well done mod. Not quite as good as the F1 2000 mod there is, but who knows, we might jump to that one after that, but that is just more or less a bit of prediction. So I'm going to see how this season goes and then we'll have a look after that. So yeah, just a little bit to show you guys. Obviously we have all the cars and drivers and teams for the F1 1999 season, and we're just going to have a quick look at them. So obviously we're West McLaren Mercedes with Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard, then Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro with Schumacher and Irvine, Williams with Zanardi, Ralf Schumacher, then Damon Hill and Frentzen in the Jordan, Benetton with Fisichella and Alexander Wurz, Joe Alesi and Pedro Diniz in the Red Bull Sauber, De La Rosa and Takagi and the Arrows car. Last season of Stewart actually, with Barrichello and Herbert, Peugeot Prost with Panis and Trulli, that is, and Badouet and Gini in Minardi, and finally the first season of British American Racing with Villeneuve and Zonta. Now, I was asking myself what car I should preferably use, and we're actually gonna go with the Jordan. So last season of Damon Hill in 1999, and we're gonna be his teammate Heinz-Harald Frentzen, the young German. It says 3 race wins on here, but that would be true for the conclusion of the 1999 season, because Frentzen actually won 2 races that year. Before the season he had 1 win. So you can see going through the difficulty settings here, all the assists are off, and yeah, AI difficulty is set to expert at the moment, just so I can get a feel of how everything goes. For the moment I think that's the right difficulty, but in case my pace should improve drastically throughout the season, obviously we can up that difficulty. We're always going to run 25% races and one-shot qualifyings, and then afterwards I'll have to do the points by hand. So it's 10 points for the winner, and then it's 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can see I'm going through the calendar here, so we do have actually almost all tracks that were in the actual 1999 season. Obviously tracks like Hockenheim are not on the configuration that they were raced in. The only track that is missing is actually France, Magny-Cours, but you can see we have some other tracks we could trade in, like Estoril or so, and make it a Portuguese Grand Prix or whatever. So I'm just going to wait for a bit of feedback from you guys to see how that pans out. But yeah, that is the setup for this season, and let's get underway. Now, going to one-shot qualifying. See our black and yellow Jordan here, and the fantastic sound of that V10 engine as we start our flying lap on the Albert Park circuit here in Melbourne. Good couple of corners here, just trying to get a feel. I had one 5-lap race as practice to get warmed up with the cars and to see whether the AI settings are fit to my my own pace. As you can see, very good first sector here, and we actually go purple on the first sector. Thing to note about these one-shot qualifyings, the car that is currently in pole position is displayed as a ghost car, and because we don't see a ghost car in front of us, obviously you can see on the minimap it's actually now behind us slightly. It means we currently are the fastest car on the grid, so the ghost car is the one in P2, which I think is Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari. And we're actually now already in the third sector, braking here. for this third gear right-hander. It's just a small lift through here, and I always struggle in this last sector. I just don't know why. Bit of a luck up on the rears and running a bit wide. And now, because I was so annoyed that I actually messed up the penultimate corner, the last corner was even worse, and that drops us back quite a bit, and it's actually going to be P13. So from being purple in the first two sectors, threw it all away in the last one, lost over a second, and that's half a grid on this F1 1999 mod. So a very tightly packed field here, and is going to be difficult in qualifying, that is for sure, because it's so close. So going to the race now, we're going to start in P13, and our chance is actually on the first couple of laps, because that is where this F1 2013 AI is always weak. You can see we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We're going to wait, and lights out, and the race is underway. We can see a decent start there, but then I shifted into third just a little bit early, killed a little bit of momentum. But as you can see now here, everyone is bunching up into turn 2. There's actually a bit of contact with Dinners in front of us, and that's Alazi and Fisichella back through. And we're back down to P13, exactly where we started. We're now on the outside and not really where I want to be. So brake early, make the switch back, and Dinners go up the inside here and move up into P10 and make that P9 as we pass Herbert here. Next up in front of us is Sonati in the Williams car. And yeah, we can see just a bit of understeer here from the dirty air from the car in front. That definitely is a thing. These cars don't have too much downforce overall anyways. And when you're following on another car, you do lose some more time. So, Sonati in the Williams up next, trying to shape up the move here. And a bit of spinning tyres there on throttle, but all in all, the run was very good. And we can see we're trying to go around the outside here, and Sonati, he backs out before the quick chicane, and that is move done for P8. So another 2 positions will move us up into the points. As I've already said, P6 is the first points paying position. Now cutting to lap 2, we can see Schumacher going around the outside of De La Rosa there. Incredible move from the German, and that really killed De La Rosa's run out of that corner, and we're going to try and capitalize on that, go up the inside, and that is move done for us. And P7, so Schumacher up next, that would put us into point paying positions. So going through this fast chicane, you can see again affected by the dirty air, running very wide there, and that absolutely killed the run out of there. De La Rosa giving us a shove here, coming into the last sector, trying to hold it around the outside. There was no real grit there, but for some reason De La Rosa didn't get a good run either, and so he is still behind us, although he is nearly touching us coming into the penultimate corner here, but nothing he can do there at the moment, and for now we prevail, but that has cost us a lot of time, so now we have to catch back up to Ralf Schumacher. So now you can see we have slowly closed up to him here on lap 3, that is, and you can see, ooh, purple middle sector there from us, so good showing, and there's a bit of kerfuffle there going on through that fast chicane. We had to brake to not run over Irvine, and also our teammate Damon Hill here has a bit of problems here. Schumacher nearly stopped on the apex there. I had to slam on the brakes. That gave me a big moment of oversteer. I nearly spun off track there. So big battles here going on between the AI, but we try to capitalize on that. For now it's P5, and that would be 2 points, and still trying to hunt down Ralf Schumacher. Skipping to that 4 here, we can see again we have caught up to the back of him. He's following Rubens Barrichello and the Stuart Ford at the moment, and not the best of runs again through the fast chicane here. Still struggling a bit with the dirty air, but we are reasonably close to Ralph now, but not close enough for a move yet, so just trying to stick behind him and maybe shape up a move. But again, running wide and into the gravel, just saving it from a spin, and again that costs time. Now our teammate is right back up off Chuff here, and yeah, these mistakes are really costing me very dearly at the moment. I'm still trying to get used to the handling model at the moment. You can see Coulthard just went 2.5 seconds actually faster than us on that last lap. So you can see how much time that's costing us, and it's really annoying me at the moment. Cutting to lap 6 now. Again, we have caught up to the back of Ralph and the Williams here. And again, running a little bit wide on the exit of the fast chicane. Not as bad as the laps before, but again, it is still difficult to get that one right when you're right behind another car. And yeah, it cost us a bit of time again going through the third sector here now. And you can see just a bit of oversteer on trying to get the throttle down there. I'm still not quite happy with how I drive that last sector. You can see Hill again behind us, and Coulthard sets another fastest lap, and again he's 1.5 seconds faster than we were on that lap, running a bit wide again. But now further down the lap here, we're in the middle sector now. Again, we have caught up to Ralph. Pattern forming here, but this time we're trying to make the move stick. By the way, this is battle for P2 now, as Rubens has already gone into the pits. We'll go around the outside like we did with Zanardi there, his teammate, and that puts us into second place here. So finally we get the better of Ralph there and move up into what is effective P3 at the moment, because as I said, Rubens Barrichello in the Stewart has already made his pit stop. I was thinking about doing another lap here, but yeah, then I've got this slip up, run a little bit wide here, and then I thought to myself, oh well, why not go into the pits then straight away? So now we are going to go in for a pit stop. We don't really have to do one necessarily from tire wear, but I don't know if the game think it's going to be mandatory or not, and the AI always do one as well. So we will do the same, and you can see we've been holed here in the pits because of traffic in the fast lane, and that allowed Ralph to slip through again. I was at this point extremely pissed off with how the race went, not going in my favor whatsoever. And now again we have to try and overtake Ralph here, who has been our main rival in this race so far. So again, cutting a lap later, we have again caught up to the back of Ralph, and not really trying to go for a move here, just having a little look, but then again he parks it on the apex. That nearly sends me into a spin, and again he is really slow on the apex of the corner, but then he runs onto the curb, gets a bad exit. We go round the outside of the fast right-hander, and that is hopefully move done for this race, and we don't have to care about Ralph any longer. So next up actually is our teammate Damon, who for some reason got out of all of this much better than we did. I'm now using the extra fuel we have and really getting into a rhythm now. You can see going purple though with a 27.3 actually on lap 10 now, and you can see how much I'm pushing now to catch up to my teammate Damon. And yeah, there's the confirmation, fastest lap by us, and really trying to reel him in now. At the end of this lap you can actually see I'm really finding my rhythm now. Going over the line here, you'll see again it's another fast lap. It's actually a 26.4, so another second faster than the previous lap, and now we really finally have caught up to a teammate here in the battle for P4. P3 seems to be a bit out of contention now for us, because he has pulled away quite significantly. You can see sometimes struggling a bit with the oversteer on turn-in, because the rear wheels tend to lock up on braking and downshifting. So maybe I can figure something out to prevent that, not really messing around with the setups here too much, and trying to now shape up a move versus Damon here. Not really close enough into this corner, so I back out of it and try to get a good run out of this turn, and you can see it has worked. And now I'm going to try to make the same move here for a third time now, going around the outside, coming into the fast chicane here, and that is move done and P4 for the race. And yeah, you can see Barrichello is now already 6 seconds down the road. He was in front of us more or less before the pit stops. He was in front of Ralph, who we were battling throughout the whole race now. But since he's now 6 seconds up the road, I am trying to press on here, but it is quite a stretch, and we only have a few laps to go now. So that was not really achievable. We can see we're cutting now to the last lap of the race. David Coulthard has won the season opener of the 1999 season, the Australian Grand Prix, and we're gonna come round the last corner here to take a solid P4. I was pretty happy with that, considering where we started, and our teammate in 5th as well is a good result for the team, that is for sure. And yeah, pretty solid showing. I'm very content with how it went. You can see now the scoreboard. Obviously, everybody down to Ralf Schumacher will receive points. So Coulthard 10, Hakkinen 6, Barrichello 4 will get 3 points. Then a teammate 2, and Ralf Schumacher will get 1 point. I will do those standings by hand in a separate file, and yeah, keep track of it that way. So that was the conclusion of the Australian Grand Prix, the first episode. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye bye.